Hello everyone and welcome to Stampin' Among the Gum Trees. My name is Kath and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located in Melbourne, Australia. If this is your first time visiting our channel, welcome, and if it's not, welcome back. Now today is day 20 of our Stamptober Christmas crafting marathon. So I thought we'd keep it simple and just do a SIP card, which is stamps, ink and paper. And that's pretty much what I did, but then I sort of embellished it a bit more. But it's still really, really simple. And I think you will really like what we've done. Now, let me see. We've got 4 comments. Who's here? Hello, Evelyn. I know the rain is amazing. It's not rain as in rain, it's that gentle, more than drizzle but not torrential, if you know what I mean. It's been going for hours. It's lovely. The garden is soaking it up. I moved all my pots out from under cover. I was out there in the morning, early this morning, dragging them out to get them all to have a drink. Hello, Maureen. How are you going? I know it's raining over your way too, which is really nice. Okay. SIP cards are fabulous because they're usually really quick to churn out. If you've got a lot of cards to do, they are brilliant. If you want to do a lot of thank you cards or birthday cards, or you've got even invitations, they can be really good for invitations too. Often we go overboard with invitations and make them quite elaborate with lots of elements to it, but they can be really good as simple cards as well. So I think we'll get started so I can show you what I've done, because it did start out as simply stamps, inks and paper, but I've added a ribbon and some gems, some bling. So let's see if we can flip down. How do I do this? Right here. There we go. And again, it's out of my comfort zone, and it's a color that I absolutely could say is not my favorite, and that's fresh freesia. I'm sure it's a pretty color. It's just not to my liking, but I'm really happy with the way this card turned out. Absolutely thrilled with the way this card turned out, and it was really quick to do. As you can see, the main element is the stamping. That's the inside. So I've matted it up like I always do because I like the layers. I think layers are a really easy and inexpensive way to zhuzh up a card, to make it look more, when really they are very simple. So I think we'll just get started. You like the pink? Yeah. Fresh freesia is not my favorite color, but I'm quite happy with the way it turned out. And I'm trying really, really hard to not do just red, green and gold Christmas for you, because otherwise all my cards would be red, green and gold. But it is quite pretty. Alrighty, so that's the fresh freesia. Let's sit that there. I mentioned last night I'm going to focus a lot on Ornamental Christmas this week. I waited to get this, as in, I hesitated over adding it to my order because it's very modern. It's part of the modern Christmas suite, which again is black, gold and white. But black to me, I'm not a black Christmas person, but I'm actually quite enjoying what I'm playing with this suite. And I only got it in my order last week. I think you were with me on Thursday night when I opened the box. So it sat there for a couple of days. My fingers were itching to get the knife and open that box. But I love that Merry Christmas. I like Wishing You Peace and Joy. 'Tis the Season is just gorgeous. And even Be Jolly. And I think the trees can come into their own as we use them. So we will be using this tree, 'Tis the Season and Be Jolly today. And this might be, it's a red rubber stamp. And I haven't put the backs on yet, sorry. The Merry Christmas isn't, it's close to the one out of traditional Christmas in size. Very bit more elaborate, more curlicues and whatever, but it's still nice. Okay, so pop that there, and we're going to use strawberry slush, and we're going to use strawberry slush because I had a strawberry slush card-based cup. That's why I picked strawberry slush, and I had some little pieces left from last night, so there we go. That's why we're using strawberry slush. I'm starting to really like this colour. It's, I think my mother would call this American Beauty Pink. I remember she had a top that was about this colour, and it was very pretty. It was a silky sort of thing, and it was all pleated. It was very pretty and feminine and suited my mother perfectly. And she always called it American Beauty Pink. That must just be one of those old people colours, because we call it strawberry slush. Okay, so let's get started. Have I got my layers? We're using silver again as the silver foil. All right. Now the first thing we need to do is put on our centerpiece here like this. And I could probably cut it out, but I'm not going to. Let me get some glue. There's so many pieces of white here. I want to make sure I'm using the right one in the right spot. Otherwise I'll be in trouble. I think this card would look lovely, or this template would look lovely in white on white with the silver too, but instead of stamping the trees, die cut them. Okay, put these little bits from the top. These are from the floral, what? Floral, I always forget this one. What is it called? Floral Impressions, because they are strawberry slush colour. There we go. Just cutting little bits, using up our scraps as we go, all the smaller pieces. I spent about an hour this morning looking up different card recipes and layouts for our scrap cards for next month. Okay, and we just put our silver foil over the top. Silver foil sheets come 2 in a pack. 2 big 12 by 12s, and I just want to make sure it's got a smooth edge on it. And we'll centre that up like so. Okay, and we need to do some stamping. So that's for the inside. We'll stick that in here so it's not hanging around. Get it done. can't have one of those I think it's My Sweet Petunia glue gun whiffy glue whatever they are things, you know, where you put it upside down, and they're supposed to be really good if you've got weak hands, which mine are getting worse by the day, unfortunately. And I was wondering if that might not help me with the glue. I could add it to my Christmas wish list and see if if maybe this. So what happened to that other piece of cardstock? That's it, isn't it? Yes. Right, stamping. Now I will say I am going to have to get some scrap paper. That's the outside, goes like that. That's the inside. We're going to use strawberry slush, which is right here. Alison has one. Oh, okay. I'll see if she'll bring it next month. Then I'll message her later. Thanks, Maureen. Just some days my hands, like, they just won't. That's about as tight as I can go, even squeezing really hard. And I just can't, like, I hold the bottle like a 2-year-old because I just can't manage to do the squeezing. But anyway, enough of my whinging. Okay, now I'm going to ink up my stamp, and we'll do the inside first because it's down here. And what I want to do is make sure I get, yep, and then what's the stamp off look like? Okay, that's what I want it to do. It's a really pretty colour. Really, really pretty. Okay. I'll ink up the stamp. Now, these red rubber stamps are being discontinued. I think I've mentioned that before. How much of it do I want on there? Just that much. With the red rubber, you've got to be, it's really tempting because it's really spongy to squash them down. Don't do it because you'll get the shadow, oh, perfect. Like so. If you push down on them, you'll get the edge with the cut edge into your Tombow. Oh, I've never thought of doing that. I've got a Tombow. I've got a blue Tombow. I wonder, oh no, that's not, yeah, that's Tombow. I might try that, Maureen, and see. Pretty, pretty. Okay. Now this one, this Be Jolly, oh my goodness, because it's just, the OCD in me tries to get it straight. It is not a straight stamp. It is not a straight stamp. But it's really tempting to try and get it straight. I'm joking. All right, I am happy with that. And I will move that up there and stick this in straight away so I don't lose it. Because you know I'll put it down and it'll get lost. I try to always check because sure as heck I will glue something in upside down if I'm not careful. So I try to always check. Right. Now let's do the stamping for here. My inspiration only had, I think, 4 or 5 trees across, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I got 8 on the other one, so let's see how we go. Because what I'll do is this. Full strength, half strength, full strength. It can be up a bit taller. Another half strength. Strength down a bit. Half strength up a bit, and we'll finish on a full strength. There we go. Oh, well, that's all right. We'll fix that. Not a problem. Not a problem. We can fix that. Okie dokie. Now, you'll just have to excuse me for just a moment, because what I did with this one is I used that winter snow embossing folder again. And I know, I'm sorry, I know it's retired, but it's so pretty and it works so well with this sort of thing. So I'm just going to run this through the Big Shot. Give me just one moment and I will be back. I think maybe. Pulling around here. It's back in there so I don't lose it. It does look really pretty. You could use whatever embossing folder you've got. The subtles would look nice, that subtle embossing folder, or what's the other one? The swirly one. I don't have that, but the swirly one would be nice. Now we're going to get some ribbon. And what I'm going to do is hide that splotch. Just like that. So let me get some tear tape. This is the faux linen. Oh gosh, it's pretty. Let me get some water. It ties so well. Absolutely ties beautifully. Just like that. Scissors. The only reason I do this is to save on ribbon. We don't need to run it all the way around. It's pretty colour. It's very close to what my bridesmaids' dresses were when we got married. It was called watermelon pink in those days. See, Mum called it American Beauty pink. I call it watermelon pink. Okay, go. Can go on there. Yep. All right. Let me tie a bow before I do that. No, because I won't know how much of this will I. Let's see if I can do it this way. Practicing tying bows different ways to see which way works best. And I really need to get the bow maker out, is what I really need to do. Right, so what I want to do is turn it around and tie it the other way so the tails are coming towards me, not away from me. There we go. That's what I want, just to be persnickety. So the tails will go. Manipulate it so that it goes around like that. Not quite so tight. It's the bane of my life. Just a little bit. Try it this way. Should have just done it this way in the first place, shouldn't I? That'll learn me. As the kids used to say, that'll learn you. That's smaller. That's just on diagonal. There we go. Alrighty. Dimensionals for the back. Before we started, I just ran over and got another packet off the shelf because I will probably run out. Oh no, maybe not. Look at this. There's a few there, and I can still use the edges, which I always do. I went to vacuum yesterday afternoon, cleaning up my craft room. I went to vacuum, and yeah, the faux linen ribbon is strawberry slush, Maureen. It's gorgeous. It's really pretty. There should be a ribbon for all the in colours. So the Secret Sea, Darling Duckling, what's the other colour? Secret Strawberry Slush, Timid Tiger, and Cloud Cover. Is it Cloud Cover? There we go. And where did I put it? I went ahead and did this before we started, so we didn't have to waiting around. This is from the Traditional Labels dies. I think this one, I'm going to wear this one out. This and the banner I'm going to wear out. That's the die, and it leaves such a nice sort of dimension, bit of detail to it. So let's put that up there like that. That can sit there like that. And what did I do with those dimensionals? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. All right. Pop that on there like that. Heat and embossed in silver. And now we will just pop the gems on and it'll be done. We'll call it done. It's really pretty. Simple. Mostly stamping. Sure. There we are. How pretty is that? I really like this. I actually really like this one. I was very happy with this one, but I really, really like this one. So there we go. That was a short and sweet show for today, wasn't it? Stamps, ink and paper. They really work really well to get quickly. If you need a card in a hurry, grab your stamps, grab some cardstock, an embossing folder if you've got one, and go for it. Clean up my table. I have I've been working on the workshops and coffee and cards for November, December, January and February. Trying to get ahead of myself. Yeah. Where's that one? It doesn't want to sit down. Trying to get ahead of myself, so I'll post those over on the blog. I'll put a link underneath to them, and they will, of course, be in this week's newsletter. If you're watching on the replay and you're not subscribed to my newsletter, there is a link in the description box below me. So feel free to subscribe to that. And of course, if you're not subscribed to our channel, then hit that subscribe button. We love to have subscribers. New people join us all the time. What else? If you like today's show, thumbs up. Thumbs up always helps. That would be really good. So we go. That's today's offerings for you. I ran out of time. I would have done more colours because I think this would look lovely in soft sea foam too. And soft sea foam is that very, very pretty yellowy green colour, but it's so pretty. But I think it would look lovely because it would go well with the silver. And so I might do one later and pop it up on the blog so you can see the difference. And I might even, if I get time, do one in the reds, green and gold, the traditional colours. Wonder how that would work. Alrighty, now let me see what I'm doing here because I don't really know. Can't find anything. Can't move my mouse. And I cannot use that finger thing. I know the kids use the finger pad all the time. I can't. Absolutely have no idea how to do that. It's just ridiculous. And I can't stand the dirty marks on my screen either. So, alrighty. Thank you for joining me this afternoon. It was short and sweet. But that's the aim of the game with SIP cards. You want them to be quick and easy. You can't get much faster and easier than what we did today. Well, you could, because you wouldn't have to do, if you didn't layer it. It will be really easy. But how spectacular does it look with a couple of layers? Looks so nice. Alrighty, I will be back tomorrow afternoon at 2:30 with day 21, 3/4 of the way through Stamptober. I'll see you then. Bye.